So it's also from an inside perspective impressive to see, because you only see the top of the iceberg, and there are so many considerations and so on. We had in the meetings about that. So yeah, very nice and very good presentation as well. So that brings us to the last part. And the last part is about results of dissemination and communication. And I want to give a brief overview on exactly these topics. So when I remember back on the first meeting where Fabio Lenzner also participated, we had a discussion on the website, and the website was a major tool to communicate what we did in the project. And when one looks at the website, it's also a very good timeline of activities that we had, because we tried really to put the activities in there with short reports, and that worked out quite nicely. And the website will also remain, and we'll also put the final workshop on it, so that in the future people can have a look at what was happening in the project. So dissemination events. So we had a lot of dissemination events in the project time. So these are only the external ones. In addition to that, there are also lots of internal dissemination events that I just did not list on the slide. And yeah, so it's just nice to see that the project did give presence at various events to different directions, which also shows the integrative character of the project, that looking at this smart energy sharing neighborhoods is nothing isolated in the energy domain or in the specific energy IT domain, but it's covering so many aspects, because we're covering so many sensors and actuators, business models, and so on. A similar picture is on the research side. So there are also numerous research publications, but emerged from the project. And something that is especially to be mentioned from my side is that we have also lots of publications between the project partners, which is also not always the case. So this also shows that we had a very good collaboration in between the project partners. So next slide is on the dissemination by the industry partners. So there I just put the major points now. So from a Framatome side, a focus, as we heard it already, is on first and second life battery storages, where competencies were extended and things were developed, as we've seen. From Enerim side, the focus was also on improving the products, of course, and so for them it was also very insightful to get, as Jan was also presenting, to get some more insights on the cross-commodity energy sharing and to develop this also within this project. For Wirepas, it's also about improved products. So there, the product, which is a communication solution, was a product that was extended. So a protocol for unsecure and unprovisioned devices that have the right for configuration and security credentials provisioning from backend servers was developed, and it's also part of the product now. Plus, it was interesting also to, through the project, get in contact with the regulations and so on in the German market, where Wirepas is and was also very active. And finally, for IBDM, there was also improvement of the products. So there's now, as it's described here, a protocol via an API for transferring data into an energy management system, where customers now have a lot of more information, because we needed such information for the project, and therefore it became also part of the product. I'm sure that the companies will also be happy to detail that more later in case this is interesting. From the research side, there the Fortiss and VTT are continuously doing technology transfer to the industry, and so one of the initiatives is Smart Mittelstand. Also, results of the project are used now to improve the German economy by giving technological advance to the small and medium companies. There is also research that started in the project also with partners that were not part of the project, but that we get linked to through the project, that is also going to continue. And as we heard multiple times, as the consortium was really nice, I'm confident that there will be also more research in the future. We are also actively looking for follow-up funding for quite a while now in different contexts. And so yeah, I'm also looking forward to hopefully start something with the consortium in the future. On the teaching side, there was also lots of activities. There was more than 30 theses in the context of the project. The project became part of the continuous teaching activities of different partners, speaking for us definitely. And as such, it's also part of the education of young workforce now, which pushes young engineers into the market, which goes into the direction of these smart energy sharing neighborhoods, which is something that will be even more important in the future. Good. So we did not end there. We even thought about, okay, what could be a roadmap of the DECent project? What could be a roadmap of the project results? And here we see a roadmap divided into 3 parts. So demand-side management, sector integration, and services. And here we see that for 2022, we prospect that tools and solutions for demand-side management in industrial sites will be available 2025, then also in the residential sector, and maybe 2030, the neighborhood and city level. So what we also looked at in the project. For the sector integration, then we have enabling technologies in different maturity levels, like the heat pumps and so on. And this will develop further, will become available. So then in the second step, 2025 on, we have economic feasibility of such small scale plants. And in 2030, we might end up at what we looked at in the project, namely increased shares of sector coupling at the neighborhood level. And finally, for the services, 2022, we have showcases of shared ownership of energy resources. Then in 2025, we might have real market pilots. And in 2030, this might become something that is the common standard in different areas of the world, which would be desirable for the good effects that we have seen in the demonstration. In the project, we identified five directions that we looked for finding these insights, which is given on the top right. So the market mechanisms in energy trading, the IoT, Internet of Things and wireless technologies, blockchain, security as base for such a solution, because without this security, it cannot fly. You cannot really provision it because it's a critical infrastructure we're looking at, and active consumers. We looked at what are benefits for different stakeholders, starting from the neighborhood and energy community. A benefit is reduced costs, revenues from participating in flexibility management, improved possibility to impact on sustainability. So the expected ones, but it's still good to see that the project confirmed that it really goes in that direction. For the building users and community participants, it's a better well-being, better indoor air quality, improved possibility to impact on sustainability. So again, sustainability, but also comfort that can be offered as a product. For the building owner, we have reduced costs over building life cycle, sustainability labeling, substantial savings in energy and energy management. For the TSO, DSO grid operators, we have possible reduced investment and operational costs because not so much energy has to be transported and can be used locally. We can have a more robust power grid for the same reasons, because the stability, if we have it locally, do not depend so much on the outside stability. And finally, for the retailer and aggregator, we have revenue from trading flexibilities in the market, lower costs via better imbalance management. So yeah, also what we wanted to see, and so what we also looked at in the project. Good. So yeah, that is the last slide I wanted to show. Yeah, so maybe I do it now. So also, as you already did, so It was a great pleasure being in the project, working with all the actors in the project. We had a very nice journey. We discovered many more things than we expected at the beginning. So to me, the project was very, very nice and very successful to participate. So yeah, thanks to everybody. What are the questions? So this is now the part where especially questions can be asked, even though, of course, all the time they could have been asked already. Do we have questions? And which ones? So also thanks to the audience, because we stayed in time, but still 2.5 hours is quite a lot of work. Does someone have additional comments, want to give additional comments to the project, to the official project closing right now?
Yeah, thanks everybody. Also from my part, it was really fun project, and we had really nice cooperation. Sometimes in this type of smaller projects, the cooperation can be even better than in larger ones. I think definitely here we had a really nice cooperation. Of course, COVID situation made it a bit more difficult in the later part of the project, but we did, I think, nice job with remote meetings and trying to handle the situation. And let's start planning future projects. I think we have a meeting on Friday, so look forward to continue with you guys also in the future.
Very good.
Also from Fortiss side. Yeah, just go ahead.
Interesting project. I must say that I have learned a lot of things which I have no clue of beforehand. So this is really pretty eye-opening project for me. Thank you.
Also on behalf of Fortiss, it was very much fun working with you, doing research, and also getting to know different cultures, especially working with the Finnish side. I think aside from the results we achieved in the research project, I think also the social contacts we had and what we learned about also research in other countries was very helpful, and let's see it as a fertilizer for future research and projects like this. Enjoyed it a lot. Thanks.
Very good. All right. Then, yeah, thank you everybody. We can clap ourselves the end. So today's meeting really showed that the project made a really strong impact, not only for the participating companies and organizations, but way beyond. And so, yeah, very good. Thank you very much, everybody, and I think we're all looking forward to starting maybe something in the future, also with the Projektträger naturally. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day, and yeah, looking forward to the next endeavors. See you.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Thank you.